Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Anushka, and if you're a beginner or even a non-reader for that matter, then this video is just for you, because in this video I'll be recommending you 10 easy books which you can read and also flaunt on your Insta stories for others to think that you've become a reader yourself. Now, the thing about reading is that people think that they can never turn into a reader because it's very boring, it's not their taste, it's very tiring, they can never finish a book. But my answer to all these people is that you've just not come across the right book for you. Choosing the right book is the first and the most important part about your reading journey. Another thing is that people think that readers are just born readers and they fall in love with reading just like that. Trust me, no one is a born reader. I was not a born reader. I never used to read in school or when I was a kid. It is later, and now there isn't a day when I don't read a book. It's that addicting. So reading is a gradual process. It's a habit that you build up over time. So my motive with this video is you non-reader, to pick a book for yourself. Amongst all the books that I'll be sharing with you in this video, I have a book for each and every one of you. Just start, and trust me, you won't regret it. So the first book that I have for you is one of the most popular non-fiction books of the recent times, that is Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. Now, before I move ahead with this summary, let me just quickly tell you the two criteria on the basis of which I selected all these books. First of all is the popularity of the book, because I feel like if the book is popular, there are more chances for you, especially beginner, to pick a book for yourself, because it does influence and motivate you. The second criteria was that it should be very easy to read, and by easy to read I do not mean the number of pages but the writing style. So yeah, now let's move ahead with the story. So Think Like a Monk is a compilation of all the stories, the teachings, the learnings of Jay Shetty in the 3 years of his life being a monk. In my opinion, this book is very apt for beginners because it is a compilation of all the non-fiction books out there. If you haven't read a non-fiction, you will feel that, oh my god, this is a treasure. There are so many things which you can apply for yourself. And the best thing about this book is that it's written by Jay Shetty, who himself is quite young, so writing style also reflects that. Now, this next book I added specially to make you fall in love with reading, and that is The Kite Runner, one of the best novels ever written. Now, this is a story which will move you into tears. This novel plays with your emotions. At times you may feel happy, cheerful, and at times you just feel like lost. You just want to be there for the characters, and that's the part this novel has. That's why I'm recommending you. The writing is very easy, so you can just go for it even if you're a beginner. Now, the story is about two boys named Amir and Hassan. Both live in Kabul, though Hassan is Amir's servant son, but their bonding is unbreakable. They are like two brothers, they're best friends to each other, and they're completely loyal. But one day, Amir, in a situation, betrays Hassan. He cannot let go of that guilt, and he wants to do the right thing. He wants to change that past. And the story becomes a quest of his redemption. The Girl on the Train, and I know people are talking about it because the movie is also coming up on Netflix, and I really want to watch it, which is why I reread the book. So the story is about this woman named Rachel, who is an alcoholic, unstable and unreliable person, and this happened because she got divorced from her husband named Tom, who cheated on her with another woman. But her life changes when one day she finds out that a woman named Megan Hipple, whom she follows and observes daily in train through her window, just disappeared. Now, the book is one of the best books in terms of who done it, like who is the murderer. After every 20 or 50 pages, I was like, maybe this character has the motive. Maybe he may have done it, and like, oh my god, it's such a page turner novel, and it's a very easy to read. So yeah, do pick it up. And the next book is again a suspense thriller, that is The Silent Patient, and oh my god, do I need to talk about its ending? I was totally shocked. Who wasn't shocked after the ending? And the writing too is just so easy. It's one of the easiest read. I read it in just, I don't know, in just one sitting, I guess. This is that great of a book. So yeah, highly recommended to beginners, especially. This book follows the story of a woman named Alicia who has been admitted into a mental asylum, and she has turned silent after her being accused of the murder of her husband. So, a new psychiatrist named Theo joins this mental asylum just to get her talking, because he finds her case very amusing and he really wants her to get into talking. The story is much more than that, trust me. I mean, the ending, I turned on to the page and I was like, how can this happen? How can I miss it? I mean, yeah, did this really happen? So yeah, Silent Patient is a must for you to read. The next book that I have for you is a sci-fi thriller. Yeah, I do have a lot of thrillers because I feel that thrillers are really addictive and very easy to read books, especially for beginners. And yeah, so the next thriller I have is Ready Player One, one of the best sci-fis I've read, though I've not read a lot of sci-fis, but yeah, this is a very addicting novel. I mean, just read the blurb and you will be addicted with this novel. The story is sci-fi, so it's set in future. It talks about 2044, where the world is ending, there's poverty, everyone is just not in a good state. But then there's another world, this virtual reality world named Oasis, where everything is fine, which is built by James Holliday, and that owner just died one day without leaving an heir. Before dying is he made this game, and whoever wins this game will not only get the control of Oasis, but also will win all the fortune. Now, the next book I have is again a very, very popular non-fiction read, and that is Attitude is Everything. Now, this book is so much popular. I know you would have heard about this book, or at least seen this read book on streets, because it's that much popular. It's a very motivational, inspiring, positive novel. It adds a lot of value to your life. As the author says, you become what you think about. So yeah, it's a great read if you really want to change yourself, like you really want to motivate you and you want to go on a right path. The next book I have is by an Indian author who herself claims that she writes for normal people, for beginners, and that is Sudha Murthy. And the book I'll recommend is 3000 Stitches, which is a collection of 11 short stories which are inspired from her real life, and all the stories are actually great. I like the story about her college life, which was relatable, and all the stories in all the stories she shares her perspective, so that is something which is great. And yeah, if you're a beginner, you can go for 3000 Stitches, because it's a very tiny book and you may feel like you've read one book. So yeah, this is such a great novel, trust me. I don't know why people don't talk about it. It's Life is What You Make It. Though it's a national bestseller, it starts from the usual love story plot cliche at times, I know, like other Indian novels, but the things that this book talks about, like the mental health and the diseases, how you can change your life, like life is what you make it. It's a story about this girl named Ankita who is kind of like perfect girl. She's attractive, she's great in studies, she has a boyfriend, her life is sort of perfect, and she also gets into her desired MBA college, but then life changes, life takes a turn. And that's the story. How she tackles that situation, how she tackles her life, how she gets back to life is the story. I really like reading memoirs and biographies because you obviously get to learn a lot from that person's life, but also they're like entertaining and funny at times to read. Now this one, The Perils of Being a Moderately Famous by Soha Ali Khan, is a novel, a memoir that I read in just one sitting. Her writing style is the best thing that I like. I admired Soha Ali Khan so much more after reading this novel. Her writing is witty, it's humorous, at times she's satirical. Last but not the least, I have a crime thriller. Now this is a novel that is a little dark and intense, but I'm recommending you this novel because it is also about social issues. The story is about a teenage girl who just disappears, and later it is known that it is much more than her disappearance, because other girls in that town are also disappearing. So yeah, it's about finding her and finding the serial killer. So yeah, it's a little dark, but the writing is very easy. The story is very engaging, though at times it's like little childish and the twists are not that great. But yeah, if you're a beginner and if you want to start with crime thriller or any social novel, then Pretty Little Things is something that I will recommend to you. And that's it with this novel. And that's it with this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you picked one book for yourself, because I really want people to start reading and I really want reading to become a trend. Yeah, really, it's that great, and you yourself don't know how reading can change you. So yeah, let me know if you want me to make more recommendation videos or review videos on book. I would love to do that. With that said, do not forget to like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel as usual, and do comment down below. And I'll see you later with another video. Until then.